Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today I'll be talking about the story of Musa alayhi salam and Al-Khidir alayhi salam. And I will, after the story, I'll be talking about the lessons that we can take from the story and how valuable these lessons are and how they can help us in daily life and can help increase our iman as a group, all of us. So the story starts off with Musa alayhi salam. He at first he believes that he is the most knowledgeable person on earth, and soon after Musa alayhi salam declaring that he was the most knowledgeable person, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informed him that he is in fact wrong and that there is somebody more knowledgeable than him on earth. And Allah further explains how he can find the person and how he can seek the knowledge of the person who is more knowledgeable than him. Allah states that you take a fish from the water and put it in a basket. If the fish comes back to life, that is where you will meet Al-Khidir, or that is where you will meet the servant that is the servant of Allah that is more knowledgeable than you. Al-Khidir, actually, just a little background information, Al-Khidir actually isn't mentioned in the Quran directly. He is just mentioned as a servant of Allah. So Musa declares that he is not going to give up trying to find Al-Khidir, trying to find the man that is more knowledgeable than him, until he reaches the junction or the cross section between two bodies of water, or where two seas meet. And he also declared that he was not going to give up even if it takes a very, very long time. Musa alayhi salam brought along the fish, and he also brought along a young boy with him. He also brought along a servant with him. And they were walking along the shore. They were walking along the shoreline near the water, and without both of them noticing, without either the boy or Musa alayhi salam noticing, the fish was jumped out of the basket and into the water by Allah's will, obviously. And none of them actually noticed. So they kept on walking, the boy and Musa alayhi salam. And Musa, suffering from fatigue, suffering because he was hungry, it was a long journey already, he asked the boy to take out the morning meal. And the boy, remembering the fish, he opened the basket and he found out that the fish wasn't there. And the boy stated that Shaitan has made him forget, and that the fish is a couple steps back, and that they forgot the fish. So then Musa alayhi salam said, "Oh, this is what we're trying to look for. This is if we retrace our steps, then we will find Al-Khidir alayhi salam." So then both of them, the boy and Musa alayhi salam, they went back to the spot where they assumed the fish was gone, and then there they met Al-Khidir. Musa, desperately seeking knowledge from somebody more knowledgeable than him, or in this case Al-Khidir, he asked Al-Khidir if he could join him so he could learn more knowledge. Basically, he could gain more knowledge, he can gain more ilm from Al-Khidir. So Al-Khidir, he agreed, but he said that Musa will not be able to withstand him. He will not be able to withstand Al-Khidir's actions. And later on you'll find out that this is true. Musa alayhi salam couldn't. He wasn't patient enough to handle what Al-Khidir had prepared for him, if you could say it like that. So um, Al-Khidir and Musa, they made a deal. Musa alayhi salam, they made a deal. They made a deal that Musa may follow Al-Khidir, but on one condition. If Musa would obey, not exactly obey, actually, sorry, but if Musa would he would not revolt against or question Al-Khidir unless Al-Khidir tells him to. And to be patient with Al-Khidir. So Musa decided he agreed. He said that, yes, inshallah, by the will of Allah, I will be patient and I will not revolt against you. So after that, they went on a boat. And both of them, Musa and Al-Khidir, they went on a boat. The boy, I'm not sure what happened to the boy, but Musa and Al-Khidir, alayhi salam, they went on a boat. And Al-Khidir, this is the first thing that he did that set Musa alayhi salam off. He broke the boat. And he broke the boat, and Musa alayhi salam lost his patience with Al-Khidir and revolted against him. He said, "Oh, did you break this boat so you could drown the people? What it was an intolerable act." And Musa alayhi salam couldn't stand it, and he decided to question and revolt against Al-Khidir alayhi salam for what he has did, because Musa originally thought that this was an act of this was a horrible act, but the truth will be revealed later on. So after departing from the boat, the broken boat, he came across a child in a village, and the boy, Al-Khidir, that's the second intolerable act that Musa thought was horrible. And at first glance, yes, this act is actually actually horrible. And Al-Khidir, he took a boy and he killed the boy. And like normal, the mother, the parents, they were very sad. They were grieving over the death of their son. And Al-Khidir will, just like how he will explain what he did on the boat, he will also explain what he did just now by killing the boy. So Musa alayhi salam, he questioned and he revolted against Al-Khidir again. He questioned Al-Khidir. He disagreed with his action, just like the previous time on the boat. And he also thought that this was a horrible and intolerable act that Al-Khidir shouldn't have done. And Al-Khidir states one more time that, "Oh, I said that, did I not say that you will not be able to handle me? Did I not say that you were not able to withstand me or have patience with me?" So Al-Khidir gives him one last chance. Musa accepts that one last chance, and this one chance, the last thing that Al-Khidir did before they part ways, was they were walking across the village, and then the people of the village were very poor, and then they were in desperate need of needs, they were in desperate need of needs. So Al-Khidir and Musa, Al-Khidir did not care at all for the people, or at least that's what it seemed like, and he did not give anything to the people despite them, needing their basic needs. Al-Khidir didn't give them anything, and Musa, once again, he revolted against him, and he questioned him. Is what I mean. He questioned Al-Khidir, and he says that, you could care to feed some of the people. And then Al-Khidir, the second thing that he did at the village is that there was a big wall about to crumble down. There was a wall, and then what he did was restore the wall. Musa alayhi salam, he basically lost his patience with Al-Khidir, and Al-Khidir declared that this is the time where we part ways, where we separate from each other. You can no longer follow me, because that was the original plan of the deal. So before they walked off in different ways, Al-Khidir then explained all of the things that he did that Musa alayhi salam saw as intolerable and saw as horrible. So Al-Khidir begins with telling Musa alayhi salam what happened on the boat. So Al-Khidir stated that the boat, it was a target. It was a target for a tyrant. A tyrant was basically trying to, a tyrant with his boats will forcefully seize the ship. If they liked the ship, if it was a good ship, then they would forcefully seize it. And who knows what the tyrant would have done to the men. And so Al-Khidir, knowing this, by the will of Allah, he ruined the boat. So it wouldn't be a target for the tyrant. So the tyrant wouldn't want to forcefully seize it, wouldn't want to forcefully take over the people, take over the ship. You know what I'm saying? And with the boy, Al-Khidir explains that the boy, when he grows up, then there is a high possibility he'll grow up to become a bad man that will disobey Allah, that will disobey his parents, and this being a bad man in general. So then Al-Khidir stated that after killing the boy, the woman, the mother, will have a new child. This time the child would be very righteous. This time the child will be this time the child will obey Allah and obey the parents. So it's like a substitute, like a good substitute. And then the mother was pleased with this. It was pleased with the new child. And third, with the wall, with restoring the wall, Al-Khidir explains that he restored the wall because under the wall was a treasure intended for 2 orphans in the city. And the 2 orphans in the city, this was supposed to be their treasure, but Allah did not intend for the 2 orphans to find the treasure, to claim to own the treasure until they mature, until they grow up, basically. So if the wall were to break down, basically, then the treasure would be revealed, and then the people of the town and possibly the 2 orphans, they would find the treasure, and that is against Allah's will, so it's impossible. And so Al-Khidir, Allah knowing what is best for them, knowing that it's best to wait until they grow up and then find the treasure, Allah commanded Al-Khidir to restore the wall to its original shape. And Musa alayhi salam, finally understanding all of the actions that he presumably originally thought was intolerable and bad acts by Al-Khidir, he finally realizes that they are actually acts that follow the will of Allah, and that they may seem bad at first, but in reality then it is actually a good thing. And that's where the lesson of the story begins. So the lesson that we should take with this story is that even when something bad happens, then it is necessary for us to even when something bad happens, then it is necessary to thank Allah, to praise Allah, say Alhamdulillah, because Allah planned for the bad thing to happen. The bad thing, it came from Allah. But the thing is, Allah, He made the bad thing happen, so, or what you think is bad, it may be to just help you, you know. And for example, with the boat, even though it might seem bad that Al-Khidir destroyed the boat, in reality he was actually doing a good thing for the people, because the king would otherwise, the tyrant king, he would forcefully seize the ship and then take the people, possibly as prisoner. And Allah, knowing what is best for them, commanded Al-Khidir to break the boat. So even though it might seem bad at first, even though something bad is happening to you, then just realize that maybe it's because Allah knows what is best for you. And if the bad thing or what you think is bad is happening to you, then you should just thank Allah because of the decision that may actually be more useful, be more beneficial to you than otherwise. I think I should say this in a more simple way, actually. So, let me restate this, I'm sorry. So when something bad happens to you, then it is best for you to not, just praise Allah along the way. Just be content with life. Just don't be too overly angry over something, because you never know if the thing that made you angry, you never know if the thing that you think is ruining your life is actually benefiting you. Because what is happening to you that you think is bad, it is by the will of Allah, and Allah, being the most merciful, the most kind, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, He wants the most beneficent, the most merciful, I'm sorry, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, He knows what is best for you, and by His will, then whatever He does to you or involving you will be beneficial. Don't be overly positive, of course, because it could seem weird. It's just a side thing that I added. But just be content with life, and don't make a big deal, because you never know if that thing will in reality be beneficial to you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Can you make a dua?
Dua? Okay. Okay. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wa salamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi ghufrli wa li walidayya wa rahamhuma kama rabbayani saghira. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي والمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم أنت ربي لا إله إلا أنت عليك توكلت وأنت رب العرش العظيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. ما شاء الله كان وما لم يشاء لم يكن. أعلم أن الله على كل شيء قدير وأن الله قد أحاط بكل شيء علما وأحصى كل شيء عددا. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من شر نفسي ومن شر كل دابة أنت آخذ بناصيتها إن ربي على صراط مستقيم.
آمين.
ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا. ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إسرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. الفاتحة. So, hopefully, inshallah, that this lesson will benefit both you and I, and that it will be valuable and could cause a positive change in our lives, and will teach us to be more content with life and become a more positive person in general. So, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.